Wrap it up real quick.
Yeah.
We go to.
Remind me the last thing. I almost
Say.
You started talking about the music, and you started talking about how
I
the
think I got
drug
it.
era,
'Cause
the
I
narco
think
era is not no more.
You asked me.
And
You
I
asked me a
asked
question. You asked me a question.
Yeah, I asked you a question. I said, so when you say that, you mean it's not no more, like it's not going on anymore, or?
Well, I'm not saying that it is not going on, because there is. If there's poverty, then there's going to be a level of criminality attached to poverty. And looking at that strictly and specifically, there is going to be criminality attached to poverty, period. It's not going to be poverty and it's just poor people walking around in a certain area. No, there's going to be guns in that area, there's going to be drugs in that area, there's going to be some sort of benevolent activity. And when you're looking at it from the perspective of poverty and the perspective of the Cold War, and you're looking at both of those things as they're happening together. The open air drug market, or the lack of it, is what actually allowed gentrification to happen. With the proceeds that were, and this is amongst these robust organizations that I'm talking about, at the height of their power, these organizations, let's speak for just DC. At the height of their power, these organizations,
Let's see if we can call it.
these organizations own maybe up to 20 to 30% of the real estate.
Hey, that's the new. By the way, that's the new. The from rags to riches story. Knowledge up on real estate.
Real estate. You know, Cornell. Well, I'm not even going to say. I'm going to say, Millionaire Corn, the infamous Millionaire Corn, had at least 30% of the real estate in a certain area in the neighborhoods that he was working in. No doctors bought into that real estate because they would have it today. No lawyers bought into that real estate because they would have it today. Unfortunately, it was the guys that were moving and operating in these communities, in these neighborhoods every day, that said, let me buy this house and let the lady that lives in that house, let her live there rent free. Now we can argue about what may have happened under conditions of certain people, because sometimes they're conditions, sometimes they're not conditions. Sometimes there are guys that are operating out of the goodness of their heart, and from that perspective of empowerment.
Keep talking.
Under the conditions of self-empowerment and self-determination, we have to understand that the narcotics trade was a tool. All right, it could have been a tool for good. It could have been a tool for bad. And ultimately, it ended up being a total tool for bad because it wasn't understood how to use it for total good. All right, or at least lean it, harvest it for its good and not its bad. And you can see it clearly because up until about 2012, 13, marijuana was still a Schedule 1, right? How many black men are locked away in prison for just marijuana?
Right.
All right. How many black men are not involved in this booming marijuana economy that's taken us by storm?
Thing is, again, no ownership. Because again, even like you said, no doctors invested, but the doctors, they ain't their money. Again, they still getting the paycheck from whomever, the government. So now, if I'm a doctor or a lawyer and I have my own like law firm, literally my own medical office, then it's a different story. But 9 times out of 10, it's not their money. And even when we was hustling weed, it wasn't our money.
Yeah.
Because we weren't the ones growing it.
Right. I'm only saying from the perspective, it may not have been on money,